So really what I want to talk about is the difference between liberalism and extremism, okay? Now, there's good things about conservatism and liberalism. The whole idea is to become balanced, okay? And it's very hard nowadays to do that because there's a lot of fake doctrines out there. When I say fake, I mean I'm trying to say doctrines that come out, movements that come out that say they're for a good cause when in all reality they are not. They are for biased causes. They are for certain causes that are for certain individuals and the way certain people think, okay? One of the big factors is if you see a cause where they get angry at you and try to punish you or hurt you or go after you because you do not think the way they think, okay? This is one of the big red flags. But most of the red flags are when they're promoting division and segregation, okay? So I want to give you an example about a couple of things about misinformation and also about the idea of trendiness and what's cool and why some things are considered cool that artists follow. A lot of things that I'm going to talk about have to do with Chicago and the way that Chicago artists, especially in La Villita, the little village, and Pilsen, and Humboldt Park, and Wicker Park, and Bucktown, and us artists, man, well, what we're doing when we're out there supporting a cause, okay? Now, what we're trying to do most of the time is support a genuine cause, man. I mean genuine, man. I ain't talking about phony. But it's very hard to do that nowadays because there's so many phony movements and phony causes. Now, I'm not saying that the people who do these movements are not passionate, okay, and not trying to get something done. They are trying to do, but most of the time they are detrimental. They don't help society and they hurt people, okay? I want to explain something to you about what they consider trendy or cool. One time I was doing a graffiti wall, and next to me was another guy. And we're in a Latino neighborhood, right? We're in a Hispanic neighborhood right next to a women's center. And the guy's doing a portrait of Che Guevara, okay? Che Guevara, right? Okay, so he asked me to wear a Che Guevara shirt because he had him on him. I said, no way, I'm never going to wear that crap, you know? He's like, what's up with you, Riddle? How come you don't like that? You know, he's a symbol of revolution. Who told you he was a symbol of revolution? Who told you that? Because you looked on the internet and you see buttons and shirts, okay? The fact of me and you is I'm doing something that has nothing to do with that. You're over here doing a portrait of Che Guevara next to a women's center in a Hispanic neighborhood. This is a guy who killed women and children, Latina women and Latino children for nothing. These are innocent people on a commuter train that he blows up while they're trying to go to work and make ends meet. And doing it consistently. Many women and children. And you're painting his portrait in a Hispanic neighborhood right next to a women's center. Can you see where it bugs me, Doc? You see? I'm not going to go out and do about it. Hey, do whatever you want to do, but don't ask me to wear it. See, that's misinformation. You know, people say, why don't you support Black Lives Matter? What do why? I know you support a lot of stuff in Englewood and a lot of black-oriented causes, but you don't support Black Lives Matter. So what's up with you? Are you a racist? Well, let me tell you something, man. Okay? First of all, you don't support a cause that makes up excuses and says, cause it justification, okay, to hurt, steal, or destroy. That's it. All throughout history, every single race has some people who hurt, steal, and destroy. Every race. Okay? Don't go and destroy back of the yards like you did destroy back of the yards, Hispanic neighborhood and say, we stole everything because of reparations. What did Latinos ever do to you that makes you think it's credible to go and destroy my uncle's store and spray paint Black Lives Matter all over the inside and, steal everything and destroy every house and window? What did they do to you? They did nothing. Just wanted to steal. That's all. See, those are phony doctrines, okay? There's another thing, 1619. That's another one where they come out and say, well, no, we're not going to celebrate on July 4th anymore because the real time America started, the founding of America started on 1619. That's when the first black African slave came to America. So they wrote this thing in the New York Times. I read it all about it. I checked out everything I could about it. It's complete nonsense. Most black people think it's nonsense. It's another prime example of blame and frame. That's when a person blames an entire race for something and causes division and segregation. You don't support those kind of things. You always support motives, movements, and doctrines that bond all colors and all creeds. Okay? Not division and segregation and prejudice and hate and angst. Those are evil, man. As much as they want to write intelligently about it and camouflage it and so-called justify things, in the long run, when you hurt somebody, you hurt them. And when you steal from somebody, you steal from somebody. There's no way around it. Okay? So what do we do as artists? What do we do now? Well, back in the 70s and 60s, it's, the days of the hippies, that was a wonderful time because most of those movements were justified truly. In other words, they weren't out there hurting people the way they do now. What I'm saying is that when you found a cause to follow and you had a cause to champion, they were ordinarily great causes. But now in the modern times, they are not. They're camouflaged. They're extremists and they camouflage themselves as liberals. It's not liberalism. It never was. Liberalism is about keeping free and understanding your needs to be free and options to live free, not hurt people because they don't think like you or cause division and cause segregation. No, you support things that support love and unity between all races and all colors because ultimately we all bleed red.